want to thank a few people as I'm up here. I want to take the opportunity from parents to thank the coaches for all the time and effort that they put in the year, during the season and in the off season. They put a lot of time into making our kids better basketball players, and we're very appreciative of that from you guys. I want to thank the administration, Mr. Ford, the cheerleaders, the trainers, our fans, the parents, of course. You guys have done a great job of raising great young men. I want to thank the board members. I want to thank the board members' spouses for putting up with the board members. And most importantly, I want to thank the players. You guys I've been lucky enough to watch grow up into the fine young men that you guys are now. You're all now officially seniors now that the school year's over. That means you guys are at the top of the food chain. That means you guys are the leaders. This is your team. You guys have had 3 great classes in front of you that have taught you how to be basketball players, how to be leaders, and how to be men. Now it's your turn to take those lessons, remember them, and put them into practice. And the 3 groups behind you, teach them the same thing that you've been taught. Teach them how to be a basketball player, how to be better basketball players, how to be better leaders, how to be better men, how to be better members of society. You guys are 1 year away from actually like being productive members of society. Like you aren't kids anymore. You're your own responsibility. So I hope that you guys have taken 18 years to learn what it means to do that. And I see 4 guys here that have. So we're all very, very proud of you guys. Before I go any farther, I wanted to do this with the 2 older groups. Obviously, we all know the heartbreak that the Gumber family and the Blackhawk basketball family had this year. So I want to take a moment of silence for Josh. I know he's here today. It's one good thing about being outside. He can be here, he can watch. All right? Moment of silence. Okay, we'll move on now. So I'm going to introduce the coaches are going to come up. They'll talk about you guys. Then when we're all done with that, we'll do letters and we'll do gifts. We'll do some pictures, and then you guys can go enjoy the rest of your beautiful Saturday. So, Coach Warback,
I want to thank everybody again. Thank the boosters. Thank my coaching staff. Thank the parents. Thank the players. If you look to your left and your right, I keep saying this to every group, and every new group that comes in, it's true. You look to your left and your right, and we're surrounded by really, really good people in this organization. Like good quality people. And that's one of the great things about being at Blackhawk and coaching at Blackhawk is, we've kind of built something where, I have so much trust in everyone that's around me. Jeff does a great job with athletic staff, Dennis, Chad, Alan. I couldn't trust these guys anymore with anything, with my life, really. So it's really wonderful that our kids are surrounded by a lot of really good people. I want our players to thank the parents tonight on your way home or you're at home tonight. Thank them for everything they do for you, because it's a lot. Busing you around to different sporting events for different sports, all that comes with our season. And I know, 11, 12 months out of the year, it's a lot. So really thank them when you get an opportunity tonight. We're in a special situation right now where we can talk about championships year in and year out. So we've kind of built to that point where we got that section title and we're really close to a Whitfield championship. So we're really continuing to push to break through that barrier. And we're relying on you guys to help us do that. And that's a huge responsibility. So I know right now at home, you're by yourself working out. You got to make sure you get your shooting, your ball handling, your strength, your conditioning in 1, 2, 3 out of the 4 almost every single day. So make sure you're doing that. I've been pleasantly surprised with the feedback I've got from parents and players about how hard we've been working without our designated workouts. So continue to do that. We're going to start talking about individual players, and we'll all 3, because we really have a good relationship with all 4 of you, we'll all 3 kind of chime in on different aspects that we've seen from you from this year and what we can expect from you next year. So
I think Gumby's going to talk a little bit about the JV season, because we'll hit on your senior or your varsity season a little bit more. But go ahead.
Yeah, I said to the other 2 groups too.
While he's gathering his thoughts, I know he's speaking upon, and without
I appreciate the support in February, especially from the boys. The rest of the team. This is his shirt. I know he'd tell me to suck it up. If he was here, he'd tell me to suck it up. This is his shirt. So
I'll break the ice a little bit.
I'm-
You know, whenever I see it, when he was a JV coach or whatever, the thing that rings more loudly of any play that he ever called was swing who?
Oh, good play.
Swing who?
I'm going to talk about you three. I know you guys were in a tough situation this year with the big senior class, 15 JV players with the big ninth grade class. But these guys played such a big role in making the varsity JV team better. They would push the varsity to get better by running the scout plays to perfection. Coach would just give them a little bit of a play, and they would go in and run it and execute it. He would tell them because I couldn't pick it up, but those guys
Pretty
picked
quick.
it
I
up
had to
right
get
from them.
Pretty
You know.
quickly.
So these guys were excellent at practice with them. They just handled their business, and they did it without complaining at all. Obviously, JVs, we do a lot of scout stuff, not a lot of time to work on JV stuff. We would take maybe the half hour at the end of some practice and run our own thing or get our own scrimmage going, just so the JVs could have some of the time of their own. But it's difficult. But they knew the role and they did it well, and I appreciate their efforts for that. Hoove and Hours always played at 100 miles an hour. Those two guys would just go hard. I usually had to slow down a little bit, because they would just go so hard. Then I had to go to LG. I'm like, all right, let's pick it up a little bit. So I had to tell LG to speed it up a little bit on defense and a little bit of rebounding. I didn't have to speed LG up though when it comes to shooting the ball. He was always ready to shoot the ball when he got it, and he did it well. These guys were great teammates to the younger JV guys. They would always remind me when we were in scrimmages and in doing the scout stuff or drills. You know, they'd come over. They'd be playing. They'd come over. You got to get Chubba in. You got to get these other guys need to get in. So we communicated a lot. I relied on those guys a lot to help control the JV group, and I just appreciate their efforts. I know it was kind of a tough situation being juniors with that whole group, and really appreciate what they did for the JV group. It helped me out. I'd go to them. How many times I'd go to you guys in practice and stuff about what do you want to do? What plays do you want to run? And it was a great group great for you guys to coach. They understand the game and would help me out. I appreciate that.
Coach Hours led this off by saying, you know, you guys are close to, you know, being adults and being productive in the community. You're already there in my eyes, especially you three. The way you mentored those freshmen was outstanding. So I give the credit to the parents and the grandparents for raising kids that had a situation where they were competing against kids that were younger, maybe wanted more minutes. There's not enough minutes to go around when you have 15 quality kids playing a JV game. That it's a tough situation, but I can tell you that these three took it in a very positive manner, whether it was giving them rides, showing up to the freshman tournament at Beaver without, you know, being asked or anything. They just came to support those guys. So quality kids. You should be very proud of them. They are going to be extremely successful, and they're great to be around. These three, at practice, everybody has their shooting hoop. These three have when you come our bench shot. They have where we sit in the bench. That's their shooting spot, and everybody will want to come and take shots at Hoover, the young kids, to see if they can beat them in three-point shooting contests or whatever. And the way they handle it and the way they interact with it is very refreshing and nice. I got to tell you, and again, feel free to chime in here. LG causes more pain to Coach Rohrbeck and that varsity team. He shoots the ball at practice like I've never seen before. A lot of the time in the game it doesn't translate at times, but every shot in practice, for some reason, against the varsity, when there's a key situation, he throws a dagger, he loses his mind. Marco Borello's ready to just scream at everybody in the gym because they've won this competition, and now the varsity has to go. So he was the biggest thorn in the varsity, and you made them better. You knew every play that the scout play and took it upon yourself to play the best defense, be the toughest competitor, whatever we asked you at practice. And you three got us at a higher level in the playoffs because of your contribution in the practices. Hoover, I swear, I said this in the last one, that a kid that plays the game carefree was Aiden. You might be Aiden on steroids because every shot that you take, it's in. And if it doesn't go in, that next one's going in. That next one's going in. So, again, you three, parents, grandparents, you should be very proud of this group. We look forward to next year. I wish, again, I said this at the last one, we had team camp. Because team camp, as you guys have been aware, is one of the best part of high school basketball season, because we get to, bond together, go to cafeterias, play a lot of basketball, listen to loud music in Coach Vaughn's trunk, van or whatever, and it's just a really enjoyable situation. Unfortunately, we're not able to do that this year, but we're going to get going probably in July when the governor gives us a little bit more guidelines on how to proceed, and we're going to hit the ground running. But you as seniors are going to set the tone, and the way that you've mentally prepared last year puts us in a good position this year. You've seen from the group ahead of you what it takes to make a run in the state playoffs in the Whippeal. That's where the expectations are. So we need your help to get there.
Yeah, I think backtrack a little bit when we go into practice. There were a lot of times when LG or Nate or Matt, I wanted you to torch the varsity a little bit because I wanted them to condition a little more, get more running in. You did that. Then there were the times where it was the day before a game, and I really wanted the varsity going at full go. You would just make shots or torch them. Then I was like pulling my hair out and going great because it's the day before a game. We're getting beat by younger guys here. I'm just making me really mad. But the scout stuff and the things we had to do on the fly and knowing the other team's plays and how to teach really quick, it's really hard to do. So the mental aspect, that's going to make you a lot better going into next year. And I know, like we said, it was a hard situation for you. A basketball program, if you look at the whole thing, and I've talked to a lot of different coaches, a basketball program does not keep moving forward and ticking if you get upset and I didn't play so much and you quit and you drop off. Then maybe we have one junior or no juniors left. The basketball program falls off. So you guys have kept the basketball program moving and alive. Program warriors that are always coming to workouts, always coming to off-season stuff. So keep doing that. Work hard this off-season, and I expect really big things next year with all the development that you guys have gone through throughout these years. So.
And before we go on to him real quick, the one thing again, practices are where you parents don't get to see behind the blinds or whatever. But every day after practice, like clockwork, this one sees if he can dunk. And it never fails. We will close practice, and I hope you get a couple more inches where you can get it, because that will be a remarkable day, because he's been doing this for 2 years now, and he's getting closer. He's getting closer.
We don't have too many can dunk. They all try after practice, and it's
Our team would spend about 30 minutes after practice trying to dunk.
Yeah.
It was
half
something.
court shots with Marco.
I'll move on to Ryan. Ryan, played a little more varsity for us this year. We got some time last year, lettered last year and played a role for us. Coming into this year, we had some pretty high expectations for him and got off to a little bit of a slow start. There were roles that weren't clearly defined yet, guys fighting for positions, and it was just an awkward stage, probably the first 4 or 5 games leading up to it. Finally, I don't know, maybe it was 4th game in or 5th game in, practice started, Ryan started shining and shining through. And that's when he kind of took some of the older guys' playing time away and really showed his true colors and how he could score. He could really shoot the ball for us. He could really put the ball in the hoop, and we all had known that. But what really separated him this year that was a surprise to us, that really took us to the next level, was he took upon himself really to guard the other team's best player. So there were little gaps in our team. There's gaps in every team. And Ryan, just whatever we needed that game, he would kind of slide in and figure out what we needed and fill those voids for us. There was always something, whether it's defense or we needed 3-point shooting or we needed a couple buckets in the paint or whatever it was, he filled the void. And I think that shows to your character, it shows to you as a player. It's not easy to do, it's really hard to do, and you stepped up and did that. And I think next year, you'll really be able to shine through. You don't have to kind of sit back and be as quiet because you have a lot of seniors in front of you now. It's your team. You can kind of put it on your shoulders and take over a little bit more in some different areas. So other people might be filling those different voids that you fill. So you really did your job. You did hard work. It wasn't easy. It took a lot of effort from him. But we're really proud of what you brought to the team this year. It wouldn't have gone as far if it wasn't for that. You guys have anything to add to that?
A couple things that stick out for me was when you were guarding Warfield, and I gotta tell you, parents here, that he's got a little bit of an edge to him that I didn't realize. He's a little chirpy here, which I like. He got a little bit of an edge, which I didn't realize that he had. But you really stepped up when you took that role. And again, we had 4 pretty solid starters, and we were looking for that 5th person. When you stepped up and took that spot over, is when it took us to the playoff team, took us into a state playoff team as well. And looking now, that's graduating as well as making it to the state, and it's going to really start with Brian McClymon. Big shoes, big expectations, but you're more than capable of fulfilling that role. Am I talking too much?
Yeah, we really are in a tough predicament. We don't know what the future is going to look like. We just have to really work right now like nothing has changed, even though it has. So we really have to continue to work at home, find ways to get better, wait for our date where we can go out and work out. And when we work out, we're not even sure what those workouts are going to look like. So we just have to find ways to keep getting better, and that's just a daily effort, a daily grind that we need to do. I would challenge you, I told some other groups, I would challenge you to do 100 makes a day, 100 shots made every day, not just 100 shot, 100 made. That's kind of my new challenge. I know we had some challenges, a couple Zoom calls. Those challenges we were really going for a little bit. Over time, they kind of fade off. So we want to give you something different right now to kind of take over. So it's always the ball handling, the shooting, the strength and conditioning. Find a way to get those things in on a daily basis. Your journey's still going right now. Your story has yet to be written. So continue to work hard. If you want to hand out that stuff now,
All right, so we'll start with letter winner. 2-year letter winner, Ryan McClymon. All right, good job, Ryan. Okay. Boom. All right, parents, if you'd like to go over and get a picture taken, please. Good job. Good job, buddy.
Go as far as you guys carry them. All right, you have one more year to lace them up and go out on that court. One more year to represent Blackhawk on a basketball court. That's a great honor. Okay, there's a lot of great people, there's a lot of great players that come through this program. We have coaches we have guys that coach in the NCAA. We got guys that coach in Italy. We got guys everywhere coaching. We've been great players. We got state titles. We got a lot of Whitfield titles. We get to put a 20 up on the board up in Chippewa for the section title, and that has to do with you guys. Even if you weren't on the court, it had to do with you guys. You guys push them in practice every day. If you guys don't push them in practice, they don't get better, they don't play well. All right? You guys should be proud of everything that you've accomplished as a team, and we got a lot more to do, one more year. All right? Thank you guys.
I said this to another group too. I was really saving it for the older guys, but with everything kind of going on in the world right now, it's pretty crazy. Just some thoughts, some things to think about. One thing that I stole from Steve Kerr, he said the younger generation coming up is more diverse, more tolerant, and more informed than any generation before them. They're smart, energized, connected, and ready to build a country and society where everyone feels safe and protected by the institutions of our democracy. And it really starts with you guys, every day in school, every day interacting with everyone around you. So really be the leader in the school. You're the student athletes that everyone are looking up to now, and that comes with the responsibility. Doc Rivers said 2020 isn't over yet. It's June. It's halftime. We still have another half and we can win it. So look at this year as just halftime. We still have another half where we can really do some special things. Okay, so finish the year strong. And my advice to you moving forward this year and after in life is to have as many new experiences as you can, have many different kinds of friends as you possibly can from different walks of life, and be more like Josh Gumbert was, because he epitomized that. He had a ton of different friends from all over. Be a little more like him every day. Okay? I think that's all we have. Jeff, you have anything to add?
Just be on the aware of, email or some communication from me coming up. Things are going to change, obviously, throughout the year. We don't know what or when or what's going on yet, but I know there's going to be some changes. Please make sure you get your ATS information updated, and we're going to add some stuff to that too. So if you have that login or whatever, have that available. If not, email me, and then we'll get that out to you. But we're going to go on the online medical records I talked to you about years ago. Guess what? This is why we do it. We're ahead of the game. We don't have to worry about all that paper stuff. So this is why we do what we do. Okay? Thank you. And great bunch of guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
We could have all the players.